Hi, my name is Ronnie Negro and I am an ArtsWestchester teaching artist, and today we are going to discuss the drum set and the different pieces that make up the drum set. And we'll also talk about the drummer's job in music. We'll discuss simple rhythms and how these simple rhythms are played on these different parts of the drum set to make a beat, and then you'll understand how a beat fits in the context of music. And last, I'll show you how you can do all these things without having drums at home. You can do this with your body or some simple household items, but you will understand what drums are doing along in songs, your favorite songs, and you can do it at home. Right now you're seeing what it looks like to sit behind a standard 5-piece drum set. A standard 5-piece drum set only counts the drums, not the cymbals. We have a bass drum, which is a little bit hidden by these other drums. The bass drum sits on the floor and is played with a bass drum pedal. So when you strike the pedal, the beater hits the bass drum. If you're right-handed, you would play the bass drum with your right foot. If you're left-handed, you will play the bass drum with your left foot. I am right-handed. My right foot would be playing the bass drum today. This is the snare drum, tom-tom 1, tom-tom 2, and the floor tom. They call it a floor tom because it sits on the floor with legs. And then we have 3 different sets of cymbals. We have hi-hat cymbals, which are actually 2 cymbals that go together, a crash cymbal and a ride cymbal. For today, we are going to concentrate on 3 pieces on this drum set. We're going to concentrate on using the bass drum with the bass drum pedal, the snare drum, and our hi-hats. That's it for now. Okay, there's plenty to do, and you can start to play along with hundreds and hundreds of songs just by understanding what those 3 pieces do. Before we actually start playing the pieces, let's just discuss what the drummer's job is to do in music. The drummer's job is to keep the beat, to keep time. We do that by playing rhythm. The most simple rhythm that you'll play as a drummer is called a quarter note. A quarter note equals 1 beat. And there are 4 quarter notes in a measure. Just like there's 4 quarters in a dollar, there are 4 quarter notes in one measure. To play quarter notes, all we do is count to 4 over and over again at a set tempo. Tempo is how fast a song plays. Tempos can be very fast, they can be very slow, and everything in between. But we want to be able to keep the tempo very, very steady. Once the tempo is established, we play a steady tempo. Here's steady tempo of quarter notes. We'll just clap them. 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're now going to play those quarter notes on the drum set. I'm a righty drummer. I'm going to use my right hand and play my right hand on the hi-hat. You do not need to have a hi-hat. You can take your right hand and you can put it on your right lap and play those quarter notes too. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to play them on my closed hi-hat. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. What I'd like you to do now is alternate quarter notes between your bass drum foot and your left hand. So for me, my right foot and my left hand. If you are a lefty, you would reverse everything. But I want you to alternate right foot and left hand if you're righty like me. 1, 2, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Playing the bass drum, snare drum, and hi-hat all at the same time can be very challenging. With practice, you will get it, but you just have to remember the rules. The right hand plays over and over. 1, 2, 3, 4. The left hand will play on 2 and 4 with that right hand. 1, 2, 3, 4. And the bass drum plays on 1 and 3. So the right hand is always playing, and the bass drum and snare drum alternate. So let's add it all in. 1, 2, hi-hat only. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. I'll add the left hand on 2 and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Adding the bass. Bass, snare. Bass, snare. Foot, hand, foot, hand. Foot, hand, foot, hand, foot, hand, foot, hand. I mentioned that you could do these things without drums at home, and that's true. You can just use your lap and your hands, or you can use some things that kind of mimic a sound of a drum set. I'm going to use a pair of spoons. These are going to be my hi-hats because they sound metallic. I'm going to hit a container with my wooden spoon, and I'm going to step on that container to be my bass drum. Here's my homemade drum set, doing the same thing I just played a moment ago. Okay, so these are going to be my hi-hats on my right leg. This is going to be my snare drum right here, and that's my bass drum. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. We'll add the fake snare. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Adding the bass drum right now. When you listen to almost any popular song, you'll probably be able to find that count of 1, 2, 3, 4. With practice, you'll learn to find out which count is number 1. It just feels right. If you really listen, it'll just feel like when you're jumping rope, you just know when to jump in. Okay, so listen hard and practice that. Practice it anytime you can, riding in the car, anytime you hear a song, try and think of where that count would be and count to 4 over and over again. It becomes second nature after a while. We're going to put some music on now. It'll have a count in, and then you're going to see me play the pattern that we just played on the drum set. Just remember, as you're learning a new skill, you're going to make mistakes. It's okay. Just go slow and just keep thinking about what it is you're trying to accomplish. The pattern is the pattern, okay? I'll just rehash quarter notes with the right hand or your dominant hand. 2 and 4 with the other hand along with it. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And the bass drum playing opposite the left hand. Right foot, left hand, right foot, left hand, right foot, left hand, right foot, left hand, over and over. And you'll start to feel a count with that. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you'll start to hear in music how there's that low, high, low, high. Listen to your favorite songs. Find the count. Keep listening. If you can't hear it, you will start to. You can't do it without practice. Okay? Enjoy yourself, and I'll see you next time.